Hey, Danny. You're already here. Well, thanks for coming on. Can y'all see me pretty good? Can y'all see me pretty good? Can y'all hear me pretty good? Right. Oh, great. Well, good. It's a good thing you guys can't see me from the waist down. Hey. For right now, I gotta do something. I got an itch down here that I gotta scratch. BC Gaming, hey. Welcome to my, I guess, I guess now you can say it on this. Guess now you can say I'm a wrestling podcaster. Hey, Cherokee. Aaron Ruiz. I don't go to his, videos and his live streams as much, but I still am subscribed to him. If that's who you're talking about. If that's who you're talking about. I mean, he recently had to. He recently told me that one of the guys that's I guess a part of his channel, Carlito. He apparently made an account with my name, or at the very least just used his account and just decided to just change his account name to mine. I don't know. Yeah, that's who I was talking about too. Okay, yeah, I do. I'm still subscribed to him. And hello, Danny. From South Carolina, greetings from South Carolina. Okay, I'm not sure why suddenly you just wanted to talk about that, but whatever it is, I'm not going to get into it because that sounds like something that you would have to talk to Aaron about. Hey, Cherokee. Thank you for joining. Oh, like the first, it's in like the first of June, as in June 1st. Okay, I guess you're mailing me a. I guess you could say it's a happy belated birthday present. Thanks. I still have that. I still have that WCW DVD that you gave me, and for some reason I don't know why, but you gave me like a Jake the Snake Roberts disc. It was like one disc and nothing. I still have it, but I just haven't watched it because I don't know what the point is of watching it because there's only one disc of something that maybe you didn't realize you didn't have a case for it or something, or I don't know. But I still have that WCW DVD that you gave me, and I still watch it, and it's fun. It's fun seeing open because if you hadn't have given me, if you hadn't have given me that DVD, I probably wouldn't have even watched anything I never would have watched anything WCW related. Oh, some of those matches that they showed were actually were also in NWA before, I guess, were NWA as well as WCW. Yeah, I know. It sucks over on Match Channel. I'm not gonna lie, it sucks. I don't know if you agree. I know. What? Yeah, right. I'm sorry, but it's starting to not be fun over there on Matt's channel anymore. Moxley and all his rules. Yeah, yeah. Rules which benefit him and his select group of friends. Yeah. Yeah. And don't get me started on Rory, because we all know at one point he would put the word none in right before Matt would ask a question. So yeah. To say now that I can't do it when I know for a fact that Rory has done it on multiple occasions, yeah, no. That's being a hypocrite. And that's just being jealous of the fact that I may be better at trivia than him, and also just the fact that they don't like me and they don't want me to win at all. But that's not why I'm here, so I'm going to stop talking about that. Just so you guys know what I'm drinking. Powerade Zero Mixed Berry. It's one of my favorites to drink. I drink of the Powerades. I drink this and the fruit punch, which is just the red one, and then I think I have had the orange and the lemon lime, I guess, which is the yellow one, but I think it's lemon lime. Although I don't drink those as much because I don't like them as much. I know, but hey, what are you gonna do when basically the person that hates you the most is trying to stack the cards, trying to stack the deck so much against you? Or the people who hate you are trying to stack the deck so much against you. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie and tell you that I didn't expect to see Maroney shack up with Moxley and the others again, because it already happened once. So when it happened, I was like, in a part of me was kind of shocked, but then another part of me was like, okay, yeah, I should have seen this coming. And to be honest, I would have done the same thing. No, actually, no. I would never have done the same thing. I would never have done Maroney that way. I think I have like once before, but not anymore. I would never do that. I would never betray somebody. And I certainly wouldn't do it simply because there was something in it for me. I have no idea. Yoshi? King Yoshi? I have no idea. From what I understand, he was, I think, banned because he was, I guess, being a bit of a baby and was a bit of a crybaby. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure he's banned from that channel. And suddenly a fly has come into this room, and it's now buzzing. All right. You guys may not be able to see it, but there's a fly now that's in here and is buzzing around, and for the last few seconds he's been buzzing around me. That's why every now and then you might see me like do my hands like this because I'm just trying to swat at him. Oh, thanks, Cherokee. Yeah, next time I go live for a workout live stream, which actually might be tomorrow. Ooh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. Now. Okay, yeah, next time I go live for a workout live stream, yeah, and I recently, one of my other live streams from recently, I tried out that feature called Go Live Together, which apparently means you can bring somebody on to your live stream to go live with you. And so I could always use some advice when it comes to working out and stuff like that. Yeah, I've heard that too, Vince. Yeah, it's my haircut. I love it. I absolutely love it. I got rid of basically the entire back part of my hair, starting like right here. I did the back of my hair and just left the top and the front. And I got rid of the sides. And it looks pretty good. Right now I'm currently using hair gel to keep it staying down, and that's how I'm able to get my hair to look as good as I am. Yeah, I can pretty much tell. You pretty much made yeah. I think when you were Kill 19, however you say his name, Kill 19 or what, 99 or what, however you say it. It's live stream. You were talking about that, and yeah, I could definitely kill a JJ19. I think because there is I think a 19 in there. Yeah, some of these guys when they do their YouTube channel names, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to say the name because it's either unpronounceable or you just don't know how to say it. Because it makes no sense. But 12 minutes. As far as when I am going to end this, more than likely it'll be like around 5 or 5:10 at the latest, because I'll probably be leaving by around 5:15 or so. So hopefully, and I was going to go live at like when I'm on Saturdays when I go live and I feel like going live. I've decided that it's going to be between 3:30 and 4, because between the time I get here, which is around usually between 12:30 and 1, I like to give myself at least 2 hours and 30 minutes of time to just do whatever I want to do on my phone, either on my phone or my laptop, whether it's playing games on my laptop. Like there's one game that I'm playing right now that I've been playing right now recently that's really cool, and that's Star Wars Empire at War. Star Wars Empire at War. It's a cool game. It's a cool game if you're a Star Wars fan, which I am. That's literally it's only the third Star Wars game I've ever played. Oh my! Oh, Nightbot. Hey, I forgot I had Nightbot on my channel. Cherokee, if you want, I can make you a mod. Just so you don't have to worry about Nightbot. I'll just make you a standard mod for now. And I'll make Nightbot a mod because obviously I could use Nightbot. And actually, I'll make him a manager mod because Nightbot is supposed to be super smart. Don't like me, do you? Nightbot, you don't like me, do you? Yeah, you must not. Acknowledge Joe, please. Eat dog poop, Maroney. You made your bed, now lay in it. Hey, Jean. Oof, one of the first guys that ever came on to one of my live streams. It's okay, Cherokee. This is, guys, I think Nightbot is here. Just Nightbot is here. Yeah, you say something, all you is blah, 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 blah. Yeah, of course. Of course I said something. This is my live stream. This is my live stream. I'm saying things like I'm constantly talking. Like, if you don't want to be here, Maroney, you don't have to, okay? Nobody's forcing you to stay here, okay? But I think I have a pretty good idea as to why you're here. Because obviously you care. If you didn't, you wouldn't be here. I'm not here for you, Maroney. This is a wrestling week in review live stream / podcast. And I can't believe I'm saying that because I do watch a couple of guys that are on here that are wrestling podcasters. I was trying to get Nightbot at one point on my channel, and I can't remember if it actually happened, if I was actually able to get it, but I don't know. Apparently I do, but he doesn't seem to. I don't think I have him programmed to do any like commands yet, which I still don't really know how you do that. Matt would have someone who knows. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. How about I take away your mod position, Maroney? See how you like it when Nightbot times you out. See what happens when Nightbot times you out. Yeah, my bad. Haha. Remember, Maroney, this is my live stream. This is my channel, okay? This isn't Matt's channel where you can say basically whatever you want. And you'll have someone to back you up, Yeah. Oh, and just so you know, the person who probably would back you up is still blocked and will forever be blocked because I don't need that kind of negativity on this channel. You may not care, but I do. Like I would tell you. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you who it is. Yeah, we're just over here being funny. Actually, no, that's not who it is. But good guess. Yeah. Great. I am getting off topic, you guys, because every time I go live on Saturdays, it's for a wrestling live stream, and then you guys want to make me want to just talk about a whole lot of different stuff that isn't even related to what I want to talk about. Oh no, Danny. No, Danny is here. He is a mod. He is a manager mod. One of, I think, 3. I think I have Yos, and I think I have Nightbot. I just made Nightbot a managing mod because Nightbot I trust. And I made Danny a manager mod because I trust him. He's one of the few people on Matt's channel that, even if he doesn't actually like me, he respects me. And honestly, I like that better than him actually liking me, like his friends. Well, hey, Cherokee, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. It's an honor to have you. It's an honor just to have one person with me live. Aaron. Okay, yeah. Yeah, in regards to what you said, Maroney, everybody that comes onto my live streams is cool because because when when I first started doing live streams on YouTube on my other channel, when I started going live on my other channel, my other, like, I guess you could say it's supposed to be my main channel because it's got just over 1,000 subscribers, like 1.08 thousand subscribers, but I just haven't been able to get on that channel in forever because I accidentally got locked out of the Google account that I used for that particular YouTube channel, and the phone number that I used was an old phone number that my dad used for an old phone that doesn't even work anymore, that doesn't even charge anymore. And so now I'm basically screwed and I can't ever get back on that channel, back into my YouTube, into my Google account for that channel. So I just don't know if I'll ever be able to post videos on that channel ever again, but I hope someday that I can find some way to get back onto that channel so I can post videos on that one again. But until then, this will be unofficially my main channel, and I have a second YouTube channel on here on this phone where I post just random videos. I've got like maybe 5 or 6 videos on that channel, and it's just Harper. Michael Harper. Hey, Danny, Maroney was just asking about you. Maroney was just asking if you were blocked on my channel, and I said, no, Danny is a manager mod on my channel. I trust him. I trust him to keep the bad seeds out. Bad seeds, weirdos, whatever you want to call them. I guess you could say he's basically the security around here. He's basically my security. If he thinks you're a weirdo, or if he thinks you're a bad person, you out. Oh man. Okay, I now have, yeah, yeah, oh yeah, just put up this, yeah, Billy Graham, man, I've never actually I never actually saw him sort of wrestle. Yeah, trolls, just trolls and bad seeds and weirdos. Yeah, Danny gets those out because he's a manager mod. And so does Nightbot, apparently. And then I think I have like one more manager mod that's like, I think Yos. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but still. But still, Billy Graham died. To be honest, I've never really heard of him until I got this book. I think it was last year. Last year I got a book that was like, I guess, I can't remember how much it was, but it was about like $5, I think, at Ollie's. And it was a WWE book. It was called Greatest Rivalries. Rivalries. And one of them, and they basically just went in order from like classic to golden era to, I guess, the golden era, then to the attitude era, and then the new era, which was Boost, and then they go to the new, and then after that, then they go to the new era, which is basically just ruthless aggression on up, and it goes all the way up to 2018. And one of the feuds that it has in the almost the very beginning of the book is Billy Graham versus Bruno Sammartino. Yeah, you would. You would. Yeah. What the book does is it gives you specific feuds of certain WWE superstars, and then it gives you like 5 select matches from their feud. Maybe like their 5 best matches. I don't know how they did it for the book, but one of the first feuds they showcase is Billy Graham versus Bruno Sammartino. And as soon as I saw the name, I was like, wait, not. So apparently there's 2 Billy Grahams. Apparently there was 2 Billy Grahams. First one, obviously we all know that famous televangelist, and then the superstar, and then the WWE superstar Billy Graham. Like, whoa, that's weird. Yeah, Ric Flair is definitely one of them. There's Bruno Sammartino, obviously, and then there's others. And then, well, I guess when it comes to who is the true GOAT, there's a lot of people that will tell you that there's a lot of different people who should be. So I really don't think there is one true GOAT, but I think there's a lot of wrestlers that deserve to be called the best and the greatest of all time. Ooh, subs and chips. Where did you get the subs? Did you get it from Subway, or because that's where, because at the first of every month, me, my mom, and my sister, we all go out and we just do our first of the month shopping. We'll go to like Ollie's, we'll go to Dollar Tree and Walmart and Kroger, and we'll get all the food and stuff we need. And for lunch, we always go to Subway. And we, because my mom gets coupons for Subway, so we can get, so that way she doesn't have to pay quite as much for for what we get. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of Firehouse Subs. Never been there. Never been there. The only sub sandwich place I've ever been to is Subway, and it's great. I get the spicy Italian with with 4 pieces of bacon on top. I basically get the spicy Italian with 4 pieces of bacon, and I have her put, and I have the whoever's putting the toppings on. I ask them to put extra on the mayonnaise, extra on the honey mustard sauce, and also Parmesan cheese because they have a thing of Parmesan cheese that's shaker cheese like you always have in those container where you can buy. They have the shaker Parmesan cheese, and it is good. Yeah, I like. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I like it. I like the spicy Italian. Yeah, what I get the spicy Italian, and then I always get me a bag of chips. But I go for the garden salsa sun chips because I started when I first my first time I actually ever had sun chips was they had them at my high school. I can't remember whether it was like my junior or senior year. They started. I was the first time that I ever tried sun chips, and ever since then I have loved them. I just I don't know why they. I mean, I don't know if it's just because they say they're healthy, and they're like they're heart healthy and they're good. The garden salsa sun chips, they're just the right amount of spicy without being too spicy. And my mom loves them too. She grew, and my mom loves them too, just like me. But every now and then she'll find a rogue chip in her bag that's got a little extra spice to it. So have I. From time to time, time to time, I've come across one. Come across one that's got a little extra spice to it. But yeah, I haven't tried the sour cream and onion sun chips that they came out with recently, but don't know if I'm gonna like those. I liked the Pringles sour cream and onion chips or the Lay's sour cream and onion chips, but I don't know if I'd like them in Sun chips. But that's just my preference. Yeah, I like the originals. I like the cheddar cheese. I like the honey mustard flavored ones that they came out with. I love those. Barbecue Q, I've had those. I've even just had the regular Lay's barbecue chip potato chips that always come in those big packages of like various bags of chips that always have various bags of chips. So I've had those before, and they're just as good as any. When it comes to Doritos, I like Cool Ranch and I like the nacho cheese. I think I've also had spicy nacho like one time, and it wasn't even that much more spicier than the regular nacho cheese nacho flavored Doritos, but they were good. I don't know how often I eat them because again, they're the spicy nachos. They're spicier than the original kind. But yeah. Whew, great. I came on here to do a wrestling live stream, and now all I'm talking about right now is chips. But yeah, I can talk about that and as much as I want. But I could talk about chips for a while because yeah, and also I've become a huge fan of the Fritos chips. Yeah, I know. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible, but it was definitely not as good as it maybe could. Last week I said AEW had probably one of the best shows they've had all year, and that's not including their pay-per-view. And that's not including their pay-per-view Revolution, which was very good. Yeah, last week AEW probably had the best show they've had in a long time. Like at least before WWE really started kicking their butts. But this week it wasn't terrible. Look, I'll give AEW like a 6.5 out of 10 this week. Last week I gave them like an 8.5 because it was that good. Smackdown last week, 6.5 out of 10, and about the same this week. The opening segment between Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, KO, and the rest of the Bloodline, and then the main event match between LWO and the Usos were the best parts of the show. Grayson Waller, I am excited to see what he does. Karrion Kross versus AJ Styles. I don't know how good that will be, but look, and you can tell me that this feud does not need to happen, but Karrion Kross is a great wrestler. He is a great talker. He could basically be talking to a napkin and he would basically make gold out of it. He's one of those guys when you put a mic in his hand or you just let him talk, he will give you gold every single time. Just like LA Knight. Like, I'm so glad that they clarified that his pairing with Vic Boogs last night was just a one-off. And you clearly saw that. And you clearly saw that with the way the match ended. Rick Boogs was the one to take the pin. LA Knight, as always, got frustrated and just attacked Boogs, which obviously that's going to lead to a feud between the two of them, which should keep them busy at least until at least until Money in the Bank or something like that, because I think I don't think either of them are really going to be doing anything substantial right now. So that's probably the best thing. Uh, I don't know. Like, what happens when he does win? Does he get drafted over to Raw? Because a feud with him and AJ Styles seems like a little literal dream match in my eyes. Because AJ Styles, as of right now, is like one of those guys that yes, he can win the world heavyweight title and he can have great matches with everybody. But does but he's a little bit like Edge. But he's a little bit like Edge right now, and like Bobby Lashley. Like, they're like in their they're like in their 40s, but and they can still wrestle as good as anybody, as good as the younger talent. But do they really need to be winning all these high profile matches and winning titles that they maybe they don't actually need? I mean, yes, AJ Styles would be a great world heavyweight champion. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he wouldn't be. I'm just saying AJ Styles versus Karrion Kross actually doesn't need to be for need to have the World Heavyweight Championship involved in it. It's a good enough of a feud that doesn't need a title attached to it. And I know some people are probably saying that Karrion Kross is buried and there's no way Karrion Kross that his debut was the best that he was ever going to look in WWE, and his feud with McIntyre did literally nothing for him. He can talk. He's just like LA Knight. LA Knight got himself over organically as a heel, and Karrion Kross can basically do the same thing. All he has to do is just say the right words and play the heel game better than anybody, and he can do it. And he can become one of the top heels on Smackdown next to Roman Reigns. In terms of who I think WWE did as far as who the top heels are, it is Roman Reigns. Obviously Roman Reigns, Karrion Kross, LA Knight, and Grayson Waller are the four top heels right now on SmackDown that I can think of. I mean, Solo Sikoa, he's part of the Bloodlines. I don't know if that really counts. And the Uso, that's like not including tag teams, because we've got we've got the Usos, who are clearly a heel team. I don't even know what other tag teams are on SmackDown that are heels. Like, you got the Street Profits, which are clearly a babyface team. And I don't know how much longer WWE's gonna have them tag team before they officially decide to. Well, they officially decide to make the Street Profits split up. Because I agree with a lot of these fans that say that Montez Ford deserves a singles push at some point. He does. He definitely looks a lot different now than he did, let's say, a year or 2 years ago. He's gotten better. But then again, so has Angelo Dawkins. So I really do hope that once they do split up the Street Profits and give Montez Ford that singles push, I really do hope they don't leave. I really do hope they don't leave Angelo Dawkins behind in the dust, because and Matt, every time he does the frog splash, I am still just as in awe as I was the first time I saw him do it, because he does that frog splash better than anybody. The height he gets on that frog splash is incredible. He almost goes through the roof when he does it. They've even said it. They've even acknowledged on multiple occasions that when he does it, they almost have to get a bigger camera to pan out, because because he gets so much height on it that usually some of the regular cameras can't actually capture him. It's it's the guy's great. The guy's great, and he's getting a lot better. But still, I do hope they don't just leave Angelo Dawkins behind and just do nothing with him, because he's good too. Now, Damage Control, they are clearly going to split up at some point. I mean, within the last few weeks, I've seen the looks on Io Sky's face whenever Bayley is talking, and whenever Bayley just suddenly makes a decision that maybe she didn't first talk about with Io Sky, and I see the faces that she makes, and her facial expressions are like, ugh. Like, she's clearly annoyed with something. She's clearly annoyed with something, and it's clear that she probably is a little upset that that Bayley did cost her a shot at the Women's Championship at Backlash. And if she had won, she very easily could have just asked for a transfer over to Raw. Yeah, I know, they need to break up. And the fact that we've got a fatal 4-way tag team championship match on Raw on the 29th, I can't remember when it was, when they said it was going to be, but when it happens, it's supposedly Bayley and Io Sky will be in the match. So maybe they break up on that episode of Raw. I don't know when the breakup's happening, but it's clear that Io Sky is annoyed with Bayley at this point. But she is, I guess, willing to put aside her differences, put aside her anger for the good of the group. But eventually, Bayley's gonna say or do something that's gonna tick Io off so bad that she's just gonna be like, "Enough's enough. I'm done. I'm done with this." Because Io Sky can be a great singles star. And I mean, even Dakota Kai and Io Sky, they are a good tag team. It's not, I don't think it's that they weren't, I don't think the problem with Damage Control is that they're not a good tag team. Her and Dakota Kai aren't a good tag team. I don't think that's the reason why Damage Control is just doing so bad. It's just that they never really got the chance to really get over as heels. I mean, yes, when they first came into WWE at SummerSlam last year, when they made their debut, when Bayley made her return, and then Dakota Kai and Io Sky made their main roster debut alongside her, they were what they were presented as at first. Yes, they were presented as like a credible threat to the women's division, kind of like what they did with Absolution and the Riot Squad when they made their debuts. When they both made their debuts, both on Raw and Smackdown, they were both seen as credible threats to the women's division because of the way they were booked. They were booked seriously. But then, and I will continue to say this until the day I die, Damage Control not winning the Women's Tag Team Championships in that tag team title tournament that they set up, that I believe was the biggest mistake that WWE made. And that is when Damage Control suddenly lost all their momentum and lost all their credibility. And at first, what I thought they were doing was they were saving Damage Control's win for when Naomi and Sasha Banks returned. And obviously that hasn't happened yet. Sasha Banks is in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Naomi is now Trinity Fatu over in Impact, and she's doing incredible over there so far. She had her first match on Impact, I think, this past Thursday, against Killian King or whoever it is. I don't know most of the women in Impact, just Masha Slamovich, who I've heard, and obviously Mickey James and Deanna Perrazzo and Jordan Grace. Those are the main ones that I've heard of. I haven't heard of most of the others. But that clearly didn't happen. But that's what I thought. That's what I thought. And then when I realized, oh, okay, so they just decided to just give Raquel and Aaliyah, who were just one of the many makeshift tag teams they had during that. Let's face it, the only real tag team in that tournament was Damage Control. They were the only quote unquote tag team because most of the other tag teams in that tournament were just makeshift tag teams that were thrown together because, well, that and Toxic Attraction, who were replacements for one of the other teams, who were the replacements for Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark when they had to suddenly pull out of the tag team. I was kind of surprised when they got in, when they were announced as a team. I thought, oh, you could see them going to the finals against Damage Control and then have them lose, but then have them lose. Because obviously I thought Damage Control was going to win the tag team titles in that tag team tournament. They didn't, and I believe that's when they lost all their credibility. That's when they lost all the momentum and all the credibility they had, and ever since then, they have been trying to get over as heels. And I mean, look, you can do all of the heel stuff, but it's not going to make a difference. I mean, yes, all of the numbers game, the interferences in matches. I mean, yes, you can do that as much as you want, as much as you can do that every single week, but it's not going to make a difference. It just wasn't. Yes, they were interfering in other people in matches and doing the typical heel stuff, but it just wasn't. But it just wasn't connecting with the audience anymore. Audience because they look. I believe they should have won the tag team titles in the beginning, just in the beginning, and they never should have given the titles to Raquel and Aaliyah. That tag team title reign only lasted like a week, 2 weeks at the most. I mean, what purpose was that? What purpose was that? Was it because they just wanted to give the baby faces a feel good moment? Like everybody a crowd a feel good moment of the baby faces winning and Bianca and Asuka and Alexa just coming out and hugging Raquel and Aaliyah. Like it's not like that helped Raquel and Aaliyah get over because Aaliyah hasn't been seen on TV in so long. And from what I've heard, her name has never really come up in terms of creative. Now, Raquel is supposed to find herself a partner to tag team with this next Friday against Bayley and Io, and I'm wondering if it is going to be Aaliyah that's going to come back because I would like that to be Aaliyah because I don't think there's anybody else of all the women on SmackDown. I just don't think there's anybody else that Raquel even knows or even has a history with. I mean, I can't remember. I mean, I don't even really know who the SmackDown women are, besides the obvious Bayley and Io and Dakota, and then you've got Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, who had their SmackDown in-ring debut last night, and they were pretty good, pretty decent. They're a pretty decent tag team. Why they still have the NXT Women's Tag Team titles is beyond me. But maybe they're planning some big unification match with the women's tag team titles, which would make more sense than anything else. Because if I'm not mistaken, there are literally no women's tag teams in NXT right now. Isla Dawn and Alba Fire and Katana Chance and Kayden Carter were the only two teams. And then you had the makeshift tag team of Kiana James and Fallon Henley, which we all know how that ended up. That ended up with Briggs and I can't remember which one. It was Jensen and Kiana breaking off, and then eventually Kiana left Jensen, and now he's back with Fallon Henley and Briggs. So that's, yeah, right. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I get that. But yeah, that's just the way I feel. I just feel like Damage Control should have won the women's tag team titles at the very beginning, and it never should have been Raquel and Aaliyah winning because because by that by that time the crowd they were getting over as a heel team, and what better way to legitimize the fact that you guys are heel than winning the women's tag team titles and just doing the typical, heel stuff with the tag team titles. That would have been that would have been better. I mean, they could have had, the Bailey Sasha run that they had in 2020 with the women's tag team titles when Bailey and Sasha Banks were basically running roughshod over the women's division. Like, Bailey was SmackDown Women's Champion, longest reigning SmackDown Women's Champion ever. They would eventually win the women's tag team titles. Sasha would eventually win the Raw Women's title from Asuka, which I can't remember why they did that. It didn't really do much for didn't really do much for didn't really do much for Sasha. To be completely honest, Sasha's one reign as SmackDown Women's Champion, that was the longest time she had ever been a singles champion in WWE ever. And I still cannot get over why they made Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks hot potato the now Raw Women's Championship, but at that time it had been dubbed the WWE Women's Championship. I just don't know why they kept hot potatoing the title back and forth between each other. It's like WWE had no faith in Sasha Banks as a champion. It's like they wanted to give Sasha Banks that feel-good moment on Raw, and then when it came time for a pay-per-view, it was like, oh, oops, sorry, your time's up. Your time's up. We have to give your championship back to Charlotte Flair because we trust her, because we like her more than we like you, and we trust her more than we trust you. But we'll let you win the title back on Raw. Yeah, that was a stupid decision. It made Sasha Banks look like she couldn't hang with Charlotte Flair, and she can. I don't know. Maybe we should just get rid of the women's tag team titles altogether. I mean, yes, we can still keep women's tag team. They can still do women's tag team matches, but I don't know. Maybe we just need to get rid of women's tag team titles altogether. First, get rid of the NXT. First, unify the women's and NXT women's tag team titles, and then just have them just trash the titles. Much like Cora Jade tried to do with the NXT women's tag team titles after she turned heel. I don't know. Yeah, and now it looks like Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler are going to be going after the women's tag team titles, which I don't know if they're going to win the titles, but from what I have now heard, it seems as though Ronda Rousey will actually be taking a short break, which apparently is conflicting with what WWE's original plans were going to be for her. Because apparently now, from what I've heard, the plan was for Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler to win the women's tag team titles at WrestleMania. Apparently that was the case. That was the plan. I don't know who the champions were going to be. I don't know who WWE was going to have as champions going into WrestleMania. Whether it was going to be Damage Control or Raquel Rodriguez or Trish or Lita and Becky Lynch, which it could have been. But they decided to have that fatal four-way women's tag team title match, which Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler won, yet for some reason they didn't get an immediate women's championship title shot. At least with the men's fatal four-way match, with the men's tag team four-way match, they specified the winner gets a tag team title shot. Actually, it was the women's fatal four-way tag team match that was supposed to be for a title opportunity. Ronda and Shayna won, yet they have not gotten a title opportunity yet, and they will now, but at first they didn't, which made no sense to me. Raquel and Liv got a tag team title opportunity before Raquel and Liv got a tag team title opportunity before Shayna and Ronda did, and they won. And they won the titles, which makes no sense to me. I don't know. But yeah, maybe we need to just throw away the women's tag team titles altogether. Oh gosh, I've been alive for 56 minutes. Well, not that long, not that much longer, and I'll be leaving. Whew. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna lie, NXT has been getting better, as of recently, and NXT has been getting better, but it's not like it's so much better so that it's better than like Raw and SmackDown. It's like the last couple of NXT episodes, I can honestly say have been like 7.5 out of 10, which is good, but it's not like it's great. But yeah, NXT's been getting better. Raw has been about the same. It's either really bad, like the Raw after WrestleMania and the Raw after Backlash, or it's been good but not great, like 6 out of 10. Like 6 out of 10. Yeah. Well, it's about time for me to leave. I probably should. So I only got 5 likes, but that's okay. I know some people will probably watch this and then they will like. No, I don't think so. Because Maroney was on here earlier. Also when Badass Vince was on here. So I don't think it's him. You know what? Could be Moxley. I don't know. But it could be. He almost talks like Moxley sometimes. He said some comments that in my head I could see Moxley commenting the exact same thing. Oh, please, I have him blocked on my channel. He's been on my live streams. He's been on some of my workout live streams. I don't think he'd ever come on one of my wrestling live streams, but he's been on my workout live streams before, and I had to block him because he was just, I can't have that kind of toxic mojo on my channel. I just can't. He's just too toxic for what I want this channel to be. I want this channel to be about people just... Yeah, because I know, because you've been there. You've been on my workout live streams before. I'm sure you've seen him on there before. And yes, Moxley has been on here before, but I had to block him because I just don't like that kind of. That's not the kind of. This is supposed to be a fun channel, a channel where I can just interact with some of you guys that do follow me and just have fun and just talk and not have to worry about someone getting political or just getting too sensitive. Just being someone being too sensitive around certain people. But yeah, oh, good. It's an hour. I went past an hour, so I'm going to end this live stream now. I thank you guys for coming. I had a lot of fun doing this. Hope to do it again soon. And like I said, my next workout live stream may actually be tomorrow. I do not know. It, again, like I've said many times before, it just depends. It just depends on what I feel like doing. Because if I feel like doing it, I'm going to do it. If I don't, then I'm not going to do it. So hopefully I do a workout live stream tomorrow at some point. Hopefully it's during the day because I don't want to do another one at night like I did that last one I did. I think was at like 9. It was like 9 or something, but it was on a day when I think it was on a Thursday and I decided to get my shower sooner. But apparently, I think that was also the season finale, the day that they were doing the season finale of Next Level Chef, and I missed that. Ah. Okay, I'm gonna probably have to watch that. If you want, Danny, you can leave a comment after this video and just put the link in, and I'll watch the video. But yeah, it was, I think, on the day that they were doing the. Yeah, but I think it was on the day that they were doing the season, I guess, season 2 finale of Next Level Chef, and I missed it. But it's a good thing that I watched it yesterday, because now that we have a smart TV, we now have all of the streaming apps you can have are now on our TV, on our new TV. So I got Tubi TV on my TV. So now I can watch. So now if there's like a Fox show that I want to watch, I can watch it on there, like Masked Singer, which is one that I love, and me and my mom will love it. And we recently just watched the season finale of that, season 9. Hard to believe, only 3 years, and they've now had 9 seasons. But that's because they do 2 seasons in 1 year. They do 1 season in the winter, in the beginning of the month, in the beginning of the year, until like early spring, late spring, early summer, and then they do one in the fall for their fall lineup. So, yeah. But thanks, guys. Thank you for coming. And again, like I said, hopefully my next workout live stream will be tomorrow. And I will see you guys later. Bye. Peace.